Today we're talking about how this gun is legal. Unloaded magazine, unloaded gun. Today we're talking about the Title I firearms brought up by Franklin Armory and the other classification and what makes this gun legal. Before I really get going, I need to clarify with you all that I'm not a lawyer. I get people saying all the time, Reno, you need to tell people you're not a lawyer. I am not and have never pretended to be a lawyer. The fact that I drink White Claws in half of my videos should pretty much show that I am not the end-all be-all of legal observation in California. However, I'm just fairly well versed and I'm going to give you my interpretation of why this firearm here is legal. So for starters, what is a Title I or an other firearm? I'm going to use those two terms interchangeably because the other is the official classification, I guess, of it, but the Franklin Armory Title I is the name of the gun that started this all. So the Title I is an other. Why Title I? Well, there's Title I and Title II firearms. Title II are regulated by the NFA. Title I are just any style of firearm, including rifle, pistol, or shotgun. They call it the Title I firearm because it is not a firearm that is defined as a rifle, pistol, or shotgun. So what is this gun? Let's talk about some of the defining characteristics that make it what it is. This gun is semi-auto, meaning every time I pull the trigger, it is going to cycle the action and chamber a new round. It is center fire. It is not a rimfire gun. This barrel has rifling in it. It is not a smooth bore. This gun is not a rifle because it is not designed to be fired from the shoulder. This has a wrist stabilizing brace with a pistol buffer tube on it. It is not a pistol due to the federal definition because it is designed to be fired with two hands using this vertical foregrip and the pistol grip at the rear. The state does not consider it a pistol because the barrel length is over 16 inches long. The feds cannot consider it a rifle because it is not designed to be shouldered. It has never had a stock on it at any point in time. It has not been registered as a rifle, and it has not been built into a rifle configuration at any point. This gun right here is an other. It is not a shotgun, it is not a pistol, it is not a rifle. When we look at the assault weapon definitions in the state of California, they first describe for a semi-auto centerfire rifle with a detachable magazine, and then it lists some features and some other characteristics of a semi-automatic rifle. The pistols, same thing. It says a pistol, and then it defines what kind of pistols would be assault weapons. It then says a shotgun, and defines what kind of shotgun characteristics would be a shotgun assault weapon. If you want to know more about the assault weapon laws, I have a video detailing that, and I will link that down below because I do think it is very relevant. So why is this legal? Well, the state doesn't have a definition and the feds don't have a definition for what this is. This is just a firearm. It is not, and I repeat, it is not an AOW and any other weapon NFA firearm. Now, the feds do not consider this an AOW because the overall length of it is over 26 inches. That means that if you put a vertical foregrip on a gun that is designed to be fired from two hands, that is not a rifle or a shotgun, that makes it an other firearm, not an any other weapon. There is a big difference between an NFA regulated any other weapon and a other firearm that is not regulated by the NFA. So this gun here, how does it work? Well, I got this gun as a Franklin Armory CA-11 pistol. I bought this gun as a bolt-action repeating pistol in the state of California by Franklin Armory. It's an on-roster firearm, and then I converted it to an other. I did not make this into a rifle. I did not make this into a pistol. I made it into an other. Now, some people will question whether that's legal. I'm not a lawyer, but I have a video talking about can you build one where I discuss that in length. Franklin Armory seems to be of the opinion that that is legal, and many other people also believe that it is legal. I have yet to see someone say in a way that convinces me that this is not legal to do, because this is not a pistol, it's not a rifle, it's not a shotgun, detachable magazines, semi-auto. Every time I fire a round, it's going to cycle. It's got a rifled barrel. It is not a smooth bore. It is not the Reformation. This gun does not have a carbine buffer tube. It has a pistol buffer tube with a pistol stabilizing brace. This gun is not a pistol, it's not a rifle, it's not a shotgun. I need to be very, very clear about that. This gun can use normal 30 round or any other magazine size over 10 rounds legally, if you legally possess them. Now, the use and ownership of these mags may be subject to change depending on the Duncan v. Becerra case, which I will also link down below. So depending on that decision, we may end up having to get rid of these, or we may be able to buy more. But in the meantime, since this is not a fixed mag firearm, I can use my bigger than 11 round magazines. This gun cannot be purchased by someone that is 18 to 20 years old in any state, because the feds say that 18 to 20 year olds can only buy rifles and shotguns. This gun is not a rifle and it's not a shotgun. So we've covered kind of what this is, who can buy it, what makes it what it is. I've talked before about potentially building one. I need to clarify, you cannot make an other from a rifle. It is my opinion and the opinion of many others that any gun that has ever been registered as a rifle or has ever been built into a rifle or started its life as a rifle cannot be made into an other, because the feds would consider that a firearm made from a rifle, which is regulated by the NFA and all kinds of other things. Because a stripped lower that you bought after 2014 in the state of California was registered as a rifle, that would leave me to believe that you could not then take that lower receiver that you bought in 2014 and later and convert it into an other. Because when you filled it out on the paperwork, yeah, it was considered a stripped frame for a long gun, but you said that it was a rifle, and this gun cannot be made from a rifle as far as I'm aware. Now, we're waiting on the DOJ to release their update to the DROS system that would allow people to DROS completed Title I other firearms, or to make your own from an 80% lower, or to maybe potentially even register a lower that you bought in the current times, like as in the future, as an other. We don't know if this is going to happen, but this gun is essentially what makes the assault weapon ban in the state of California useless. Theoretically, you could do this same thing with an AK if you just put a pistol buffer tube and a brace on it. However, Franklin Armory was of the opinion that they did not want to ship their firearms with a brace because that would force the DOJ to make a determination on the legality of a brace. Currently, there is no law saying that you cannot put a stabilizing brace on your other firearm. However, the DOJ might change their mind at any point in time and might make a ruling on that, so be aware of that. All in all, this is an excellent option for anyone that's looking to have a defensive firearm. Currently, the only ways to get one is to build one from a pistol. My recommendation would be going the Franklin Armory route, but it seems as if the DOJ is going to update the DROS system anytime soon. I've seen preliminary approvals. However, it seems as if the whole Corona end of the world apocalypse is putting a damper on the actual ability for the DOJ to roll that update out. So we're currently waiting to hear more. If you want a Title I firearm, the best and safest way to do that, in my opinion, would be to wait for the DROS system to update and buy a completed Franklin Armory Title I. It seems conflicting as far as whether or not the DOJ is going to allow a stripped lower receiver to be registered as an other, but there seems to be no laws currently preventing you from building one from a pistol in the state of California like this one was. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below. I'd love to hear more. If you have any statements as far as penal code that would make it seem like this isn't legal, feel free to drop it below, but I've discussed that in depth in other videos, and you can continue to watch that discussion there. If you want to know more about my specific firearm here that I use as my home defense AR, let me know. I'd love to talk about more what makes this gun this gun. As always, have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace. So because I know a ton of you are probably going to ask about my gun and what it is and how I like it, I'm just going to go ahead and just real quick run through everything that makes this gun this gun. So at the front, I have an A2 flash hider, Magpul flip-up sights, cloud defensive, optimized weapon light, BCM vertical foregrip. I use 30 round mags in this gun. I've got a Magpul bad lever, Radian ambidextrous safety. I like it. It's a short throw. Radian charging handle. I really like it because it's ambidextrous and it has a very strong, solid actuation. It's not going to bend or break. Aimpoint Pro that I've had since 2014, 2013. I have a Geisley SSAE trigger in this, Magpul MOE grip with some various documents in the bottom that I have that shows why this gun is legal. I've just wedged it in there so that if for any reason I was in trouble, I would be able to show, hey, here's why this gun is legal, potentially getting me out of some shit. But as always, don't talk to cops. This is a extended pistol buffer tube with a ratcheting castle nut system that I like by PWS. This prevents the need from having to actually stake your castle nut, and I really like that feature. SBM4 non-adjustable pistol stabilizing brace. All in all, this gun is very solid. The Franklin Armory lower actually has a little bit of magwell flaring that I really like on it. This gun shoots